The reproduction of this content is not allowed without the express written consent of EBH Fitness, LLC.
Yeah, hey, we're back, y'all. It is Saturday morning. And
welcome to the Saturday wrap-up.
Yeah, wrap-up, wreckage, you name it, car crash. I mean, just madness going on, man. So let's get at it.
We're back.
All right, we back, man. It's Saturday. It's wreckage Saturday, madness Saturday, drama Saturday.
Whatever you want to call it, it's crazy Saturday.
Yeah, it's crazy Saturday. What we expected to happen happened. What we didn't expect to happen, showing up did happen.
Yeah. As they say, that's why you play the games.
That's why they play the game. All right, let's kick it off.
So let's start with the Thursday night game. We had number 6 East Lake going against Montwood, and Montwood just laid the hammer, man.
Yeah, no, they beat them. They
21?
beat them for sure.
21. I mean,
yeah,
Montwood is for real, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to the Battle of the Woods next week, so
yes,
that's going to be the one. So
they were definitely for real. Now, next game, we kick off. Let's go with number 7, Pebble Hills versus Socorro. Pebble Hills, who were they? They were who we thought they were.
I mean, they dominated the game. They got up real quick, 44-0, and could have scored 100. So, I mean, hats off to Coach Torres for, taking it easy on his old offensive coordinator.
Definitely. Then we have Eastwood versus Americas.
Let's do that one last. I want to talk about that one last.
So Del Valle, Parkland, Del Valle were who we thought they were.
They were. I mean, absolutely destroyed Parkland, and you knew Parkland was down. You just didn't know how much, and this was kind of the measuring game to see how much they were down, and it's different. It's going to be different over there. It is definitely going to be different.
Yeah, Del Valle is definitely ready.
Yeah,
to play.
they were wrecking things. I mean, they were absolutely showing they were the dominant team in 1-5A tonight or last night, and so hats off to the Conquistadors for all they did, and now 1-5A hits the break.
Yep, they do. Then we got King of Teal versus Burgess, 28-0 King of Teal.
Yeah, I mean, again, kind of took it easy on them, could have scored a lot more, and so just made it through the game, did what they need to do, got the dub.
Well, I'm going to tell you who didn't take it easy on them. Riverside versus Irving.
Yeah. I mean, y'all, we knew that was going to happen. I mean.
They locked the gates, y'all.
Yeah, they locked the gates, and we said that. Okay,
yeah.
We said that on Wednesday. They were coming off that Bushland loss, and so you knew they were going to be ready to bring it, and they showed up.
59-7. Then we got your game.
Yes.
Your favorite game. Bel Air versus Isleta. And folks, let me we both picked Bel Air.
We did.
And Isleta pulled off the upset 21-14.
Yeah, let me take my hat off, and hats off to the Isleta Indians, the reservation. Coach Martinez had a great game plan, and unfortunately, you can't win games with mistakes after mistake after mistake. And in the ball game, they did what teams do, that they held the ball. If I remember right, Bel Air only had the ball 3 times in the whole first half. And what was a little different, Bel Air did not come out letting it loose. I mean, just, running the ball into the line. And granted, I know you want to establish a run and stuff like that, but at some point, you got to learn, dude, you got to get your horses running early, and then you can work on some other stuff. But get those folks out of the box, make them widen out, and have to get out there and cover folks, and then, soften up that box, you run through it. There's 2 ways to do it. I mean, you run hard and open it up for the outside, passing, or you can open up passing, get them out of the box, opens up the run. But either way, Coach Martinez over the Isleta called an outstanding game. Got to give him and his staff credit for that. For all the people online, y'all know how I am. We earned that L. Bel Air earned that L. People say, what do you mean? Well, we fumbled the ball on the 3-yard line going in. Then we also threw one interception. We had a couple snaps over the quarterback's head. And we had 4 legitimate balls, the receiver just wide open running down the field and dropping the ball outright. And so the stars of the game, by the way, Martinez did not play. So Isleta played that game with their backup quarterback, and he did what you would ask to do to don't mess it up for us, just hand the ball off. If we need to throw, safe throws on the edge. He had one touchdown when he threw a jailbreak screen to DeAndre, because they were stacking the box, stopping the run. It opened up the jailbreak screen, and he got that one done. He got a little jet sweep done. He also had an interception. Going in again. Bel Air was going in. They're scoring through an interception. So I got to give them credit for those things, for sure. But Bel Air did not really start getting it going until midway through the third quarter, where you had Oscar Martinez when Isleta went up 21-0. They kicked off. Martinez caught the ball, and Oscar Martinez caught a short kickoff. A little pooch kick up in the air, caught it, had some room, got down the sideline, and took it back for a touchdown, making it 21-7. And then, still it's, well, then it was fourth quarter, and then Bel Air again gets a big play by Martinez, catches the ball deep, gets down to about the 5 or 6 yard line, couple of run plays, and then in the end zone to make it 21-14. They stop Isleta again, get the ball back again, drive the ball, turn it over on downs, and then stop them again, get the ball back with about 1:30 to go on their own 18-yard line. Drove the ball down to Isleta's 40, get a penalty, make it 1st and 15, ultimately closing that down to a 4th and 5. And the center snaps the ball, quarterback wasn't ready. You know how you do it. They're looking the other way, and the ball gets snapped, and they're like, oh, my God, and then throwing his hands up, and then ball goes off his hands, fumble again, and Isleta gets the ball, and that's the ball game. And so as far as the schedule stuff, having a harder schedule was not going to fix that. I think you probably agree with that. Yeah. I know all of our wonderful people online out there, but I'll say this all day long. Having a hard schedule does nothing to fix things like that. I heard somebody say, watch this, well, if they had played tougher teams, they would have called better plays. And no, teams don't work that way. Teams have a scheme, they practice, they come up with a game plan, and they run that game plan. They don't, I got to play, no, they don't do that. They have a game plan, and they run through their game plan. At some point, you're supposed to make adjustments, and in Bel Air's case, he really didn't start opening up and chunking the ball for real until midway through the third quarter and started throwing it. And so I suspect after the stats come up, Noah Moreno will be the all-time leading passer in Bel Air history. On the other side of that one, what we were talking about, Chris Davis had the ball thrown to him 4 times in the game. I think the longest one, they never really, they tried to go down to him field with him once, and it was a pass interference. 2 dudes just jumped on him. I mean, 20, 30 yards down the field. But they just didn't throw the ball down the field till late. And so Chris Davis, one of the other stars in the game, he really, if he had a couple of negative plays, so if he had 6 yards receiving, I'd be shocked. That's how tough that was. And so on the Isleta side, again, I already told you about DeAndre. He had a solid game. Not a fast kid, big kid. Looks more like a tight end than a wide receiver. And so it'd be nice to see that guy play that position, see what that looks like. But again, I'm gonna say this again. Hats off to Isleta for for having a great game plan, Coach. You ran a great game plan. You did a great job. Your staff did a great job. On the other side of the ledger, when you have challenges like that, boy, this next 2 weeks down at Bel Air in the Highlands, it's going to be tough. I mean, there's a lot of things to fix down there, and there's a lot of looking in the mirror, soul searching from the staff to the kids, just all the way around. And so, and they got Parkland.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm hearing you, and it's like, it almost sounds like they were feeling themselves. That 6-0 record, maybe they kind of played into that a little bit.
Yeah, you saw that. I saw plenty of comments about that online. They don't play hard enough schedule. They're overconfident, overrated, you know, all the normal stuff you hear. Well, they lost a football game. And, I mean, at the end of the day, as we all know, it's one loss. And so it's no loss is bigger than any other loss at this point.
And that created a log jam. It's like a 4 or 5 way tie at 1-1 in the district. So.
Yeah, and Isleta kind of has a little leg up, but now they got the tougher part of their schedule. They've still got Del Valle, Hanks to deal with, and Bel Air's got the tough part with, of course, again, they've got Parkland, and let's look at that one. You got to go 1-0, so you got Parkland at Parkland.
But, you know, I expect Coach Scoggins will get those guys right. And
yeah, he's
writing the ship.
He's definitely gonna have to right the ship. He's gonna have to take some looks in the mirror and do some assessment for sure. There were some other things in the game that a lot of people know about. That's got to get fixed, and that kind of stuff is not what football is all about. And so we got a lot of stuff like that that's got to get fixed. Yeah. And so. I see that 49ers jersey on, and so here's my bonus pick of the week, and that is the Dallas Cowboys are going to go handle the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. And so I just think Purdy the Pumpkin, it is turned midnight, and you're finna see a real defense that's coming after you.
I got to be nice today because I can't say what I really want to say, but you're crazy.
Yeah. I know y'all got a great defense, but so does Dallas got a great dominant defense.
But here's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Dak can't win in no big games, bro.
We always hear it, y'all.
Dak can't win no big game.
Can't win the big game.
He can't. Even when they went 13-3. It was Zeke that carried them to that far.
Okay, so yes, and he has had his challenges with the upper level games, but he's in a different place now. And if I got to put the quarterback comparison, the game manager Purdy from the guy that's gonna make it happen.
Game manager?
Oh yeah. Purdy's a game manager. Come on, y'all. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that. But, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he's probably the better running back of the running backs on there. And y'all got some decent receivers out there. I mean.
We haven't even set Debo loose yet.
Right.
Debo hadn't even been turned loose yet.
Right. And,
I'm going to let you delusional
Wait, call your number.
Dallas
call your
Cowboy
number. What's the score? The final score, Dallas
your...
Cowboys 30, the San Francisco 49ers 14.
It's going to be 28-14 the other way.
Y'all heard that, right?
It's going to be 28-14 the other way.
When we come back on Wednesday, I'm going to have this Dallas Cowboy Cup. All right? And you're going to have to hold it up and smile.
You know what? Let's make this even better.
Yeah.
The loser has to wear the other team's jersey on Wednesday.
Oh, man. The jersey?
The jersey.
The jersey. Come on, Cowboy fans. Y'all don't let me down, man. I ain't putting on the 49ers jersey. All right? That's cool. That's cool. All right, y'all heard it here.
I got this Crabtree just waiting for you, brother. All right, so last game of the night was Eastwood versus Americas. Eastwood pulls off the 26-21 victory over Americas.
Barn burner game, man, and we said it. It was going to be like that, and it was going to come down to it, and it was going to be a tough ball game. And at the end of the day, it was Troop that came out and got that dub. I mean, and for Americas, that's a tough loss. I mean, it really is, because who they've lost to is going to impact. They've lost to Montwood and
Pebble Hills.
And Pebble.
No, not Pebble Hills. They beat Pebble Hills.
Yeah, Montwood and Eastwood, and so those are going to be some tough losses when they start dividing out who's won and who's beat who and who's lost to who. And so,
well, here's the thing, though. Everybody's lost to Montwood and Pebble in Eastwood.
Currently, currently, and so it's the head-to-head already. And so whoever wins the Wood game next week, then that team drops to one loss, and I think whoever wins that game, they can they got a good, they do. Whoever wins that game, they on a good traveling plan to win that district. I mean, this is probably for the title.
I want to say that Montwood has probably played Pebble Hills.
Yep.
They played Americas.
Yep.
They've played Eastlake.
Right. And so
if they win on
that's what I said.
If they win on Friday or next week, I think they just put themselves in the driver's seat.
They're in the driver's seat, and Eastwood, they've already played Pebble Hills, they've already played Americas, so they've got the Socorros of the world coming up, and they've
Montwood played Franklin.
Well, remember Franklin, so I mean, right now that's the problem. Montwood beat Franklin already,
so I mean, this is their last. This is their last tough
test.
game, really.
This is for the title. So, and even when you look at Eastwood's schedule, I mean, this is the title game, man. This is really going to be the title match. So,
and that's no knock against El Dorado or Socorro.
Right.
And injuries can happen, but I mean, the winner of this game puts themselves solely in the driver's seat.
In the driver's seat for the title, and that's probably going to be what everybody's going to be pitching at. This is really probably for the title, and
I don't think
strange things happen like we saw this week, right? But it shocked the world if either one of those two teams lost after winning that big game all the way out. Their schedules are somewhat favorable. But the dogfight for 3 and 4 in that district is going to be, woo. I mean, it's old school Michael Fig dogfight. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. That was out of bounds. That's a flag. I said Michael Fig dog. It's old school dogfight.
Fig alone.
It's old school dogfight.
It's definitely, and I sit here and no one, I don't care who out there, no one saw Montwood been in this position. I don't care what they say.
No, probably not. Now, I know they had some wins last year that they let get away. So if you ask Famaligi, he's probably just going, that's my team. I knew, it was going to be solid. And but Rangel took over the reins, and y'all see the green back there, so they took over the reins.
Sometimes, it just takes a different voice, man.
Yeah, and you got some programs out there that probably at the end of the season, like every year, there's going to be 3 or 4 changes out there. And this year is going to be no different. There's going to be one surprise out there. There's going to be somebody that, calls it quits. There's going to be somebody who, we're going to move in another direction, all that kind of stuff. And so at the end of the day, it's going to be what you do these last 4 weeks really is going to determine whether people get to keep their jobs or whatever.
And then we'll put out a new. Actually, I think next week maybe we can put out a top 10 for the Player of the Year.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good time for that one. Blanco had another big game or decent game this week. So receiving wise, he is really starting to pull away from
Separation.
separation. I mean,
On the field and off.
yeah, no, he's pulling away from that, and this is why when you play those games early on, you have to play your guys, because at the end of the year, here's where the only thing a kid really can get, you know, sure, they get the district title, gold balls, those are more for the coaches, but at the end of the day, what does a kid get?
Yeah.
T-shirt, you know, I mean, sure, they get bragging rights, you know, yeah, team, yeah, great, but there is a place in the game for individual awards, or else we would not have them.
Definitely.
But it's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. Hey, the selection for the All-Star game is going to be big this year, so you're going to have a lot of people to choose from, a lot of it's going to be a lot of some tough decisions at some positions, man. That quarterback position is loaded right now, and who gets to be the 4 quarterbacks on there is something else. I mean, somebody may have to play out of position, even though they're a quarterback, and they say, hey, we got to at least get him on the team. Well, I mean, they may have to play some receivers, some DBs, something, but it's going to be a dogfight trying to do those selections in some positions. Quarterback is one that comes to mind, for sure.
I think, I wouldn't disagree. But, hey, mark your calendars. December the 7th will be the BSR postseason banquet for football and volleyball. December the 7th, 7 o'clock, information start coming out. We're going to present all the awards during that time. So mark your calendars. It's during the weekdays, so I want to say that it might be a Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember off the top of my head, but mark your calendars. Get your tickets.
Yeah, get your tickets. For the kids who are going to be nominees and awardees, come out and support the kids. I think at that point, the awardees obviously we'll know after the balloting and all of that, but for sure, you know, the top 3 in, you know, certain positions will be asked to come to the banquet, and we'll reveal who the person is at the banquet.
Yep.
So
all the nominees, there's no cost for them to attend. So
right.
Keep that in mind.
Keep that, yep, nominees, no cost. So it'll be a good time. It'll be a lot of fun, and so you know, we're gonna have a great speaker, and we'll probably have some highlights to put up there of the winners or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, we're still the guest speaker.
Working on that right now.
Well, we got